So I just drove for the first time in Sweden. Feff's been driving us around this whole time until now. But I just drove, I just drove a manual for the first time in like 8 years. It wasn't too bad. Driving a manual, once you've done it, comes back pretty easily. I used to drive a manual Volkswagen Beetle, a little red Volkswagen Beetle, for probably a couple years. My mom's car, so it wasn't too bad. Came back pretty easily. So went out to a parking lot just to make sure I still remembered. Drove around a little bit and then just went and got some gas, came back. So yeah, Feff starts work today. So I'm gonna take her into work later and then not come back here. I'm gonna take her into work and then I'm gonna go out to the apartment. We're gonna get some work done out there. So I'll bring you guys along. We also took Moosey Boy out to the vet today. And Moosey Boy did such a good job at the vet today. Yes, he did. He did a very good job at the vet today. He was a good boy. So we were actually able to get both his medications refilled. So he's an anxious boy. He's on fluoxetine and trazodone. But they weren't sure about the trazodone, but they called us and said that they were able to get it refilled. And then they referred us to a behavioral vet so we can talk to them about potentially weaning him off of that medication, or what else we can try, since he's been extremely anxious since we moved. I think the flight and everything really upped his anxiety, which I can understand. I would be really anxious if I was in a little box for 10 hours in a dark plane hull where I had no idea what was going on. So poor buddy. But we're gonna talk to that behavioral veterinarian, see what they might say, try to get a plan going for him. We'll keep you updated. What's up, guys? We are just here to pick Feff up from her first day of work. It's 9:45 or just about 9:45. She's getting off in just a few minutes here. We'll see how that went, but went out to the apartment today. We got some more spackling, sanding done. I primed above and below all the windows in the room that's going to be the streaming room in the office, so that they can install radiators. Those are going in later this week. And we wanted to make sure we at least had that part done. But tomorrow or the next day, next time I can get out there, plan is to finish painting the ceilings and then finish priming the office room, and then potentially I think we got underneath and above the window in the living room painted. We need to prime the rest of the living room, paint the ceiling of the living room, and then we also need to paint the stairwell leading up into the apartment and cover up that wallpaper too. So we need to prime that. So prime the stairwell, prime the living room, prime the office. We need to finish mudding the ceiling in the kitchen and in the bathroom and in the... Well, no, I think the bathroom and the laundry room are mudded and sanded. So the bathroom and the laundry room just need to be painted on the ceiling. The kitchen ceiling needs to be mudded and then painted. The floor in the kitchen, the walls in the kitchen are done. The floor in the bathroom and the laundry room got done today. And then they're gonna put like a laminate up on the walls in there as well. So we don't need to worry about painting that. Probably just need to sand some down. But then yeah, painting the ceilings in there. And then as soon as the toilet and everything gets installed and they get the radiators installed, radiators are supposed to be installed the end of this week. I know an electrician still needs to get out there to check and update all the wiring. We need to get grounded outlets put in, especially for the computers and everything. And all the wiring just needs to be brought up to code anyway. So our landlord's gonna have a electrician coming out to do all of that. He said he wasn't sure if he could get the floors in on the living room and the office before we move in. So I need to talk to him and just let him know that I can put the floors in. We just need to talk about particulars. And then, I need to know where he has all the flooring stored and then make sure that I understand how to do it. But YouTube exists, so I'll be fine. I'll get it put in. I'm not too terribly worried. Mostly it's just that it's still like a construction zone. So we're gonna have to move a lot of stuff around out of some rooms in order to finish that. Maybe put some stuff in the bedroom, which has been primed, and we need to paint the floor in the bedroom still. But maybe move stuff in there before we paint that floor, so if we do scratch anything up, doesn't matter because we're going to repaint it. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But yeah, drove around all day in Sweden. Pretty chill. I remember how to drive a stick shift. Only stalled it out once. Pizza Hut in Sweden. Way better than Pizza Hut in the US. This tastes like Pizza Hut when I was a child. Interview today went really well. They're gonna let me know what times I can come in and start training. It's basically like a meet and greet. I went there and told them my experience, and they're like, "Okay, cool. We'll let you know when to start." I was like, "Oh, okay." That was easy. So that's gonna be starting up, and we're doing some paint shopping now for the apartment. So trying to figure out what paint colors we want to test out, bring them over. We got like maybe a nice like sage green for the bedroom, like a darker blue for the gaming room. Haven't decided 100% on the living room, maybe just like a neutral color. So we'll see what they have. So we're thinking either this or this, maybe as an accent in our living room. Maybe that as the neutral. We were looking at this for the gaming room, but thought maybe it's better just to go with a neutral color. So we're thinking maybe this is a neutral color for the gaming room, and maybe the neutral for everywhere else. And then one of, where'd it go? It ran away from me. Maybe the mystical or this shiny or dazzling Abisco or mystical Abisco for an accent wall in our bedroom, we're thinking. We'll see. So we're gonna get some samples of those. We got little testers of those. They have these really cool testers, but not in all the colors that we need. They have like a little built-in roller on the top. So you just like dip it and roll it. It's super cool, but not in the colors we need. So we're gonna get some testers of these colors, and then go back to the apartment, put them up on the wall, and see what they look like. All right, we just got back out to the farm, out to the apartment. We are going to go put some paint on the walls. Actually, we're gonna finish priming the walls. Then we're gonna throw some paint on those walls. And we're gonna see what we think. We're gonna see what colors we like, what we want to stick with. I got a whole trunk full of paint supplies. So today's gonna be a fun one. We're gonna finish sanding. We're gonna finish spackling some stuff if anything else needs spackled. Finish sanding some stuff down. Get to priming and get to painting. The ceiling out in the living room painted today, and we got some paint samples up on the walls in the bedroom. This is what we have up. So we have this one, it's called Dazzling Abisco, and then this is a little darker Mystical Abisco. This shiny melon is one of the ideas for the majority of the walls. So this wall here is gonna be one of these greens. The rest of them will be a neutral. We also have this pink poetry. It's a little bit too dark, I think. But I like the sand a lot. I think this is my favorite combination right now, the sand and the Dazzling Abisco for this room. So this wall, Dazzling Abisco, and the other rooms, all, or the other walls, I should say, all sand. Out here, so we got the ceiling painted in here. Looks much brighter in here now. We're gonna do one more coat on the ceiling because it's still not quite covered. The ceiling sucked up like all of the paint. We went through a lot of paint on that ceiling. And then this is the idea for in here. So we have that same shiny Milan, the pink poetry, the sand, but we also have this called Marin Baxter Rusty, and this warm blush color for an accent wall in here. So maybe some combination of sand and the rust or the blushes. Really like those as well. Not sure what my favorite one is. I do like this rusty color though. And then finally, over here in the gaming room, we're thinking of just doing this all neutral because we'll have, you know, lights and RGB and all that fun stuff in here. So either shiny Milan or the sand. I kind of like the shiny Milan in here, but maybe I like the sand. Maybe I like the shiny Milan because this was rolled on and this was brushed on. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments which ones you guys like for every room. What do you think we should do for the bedroom, the living room, this gaming room, or if you don't like any of the colors we chose, what would you do in here? And then finally, also, we have, so we are gonna extend, so the fridge was gonna go here, but we actually had to move the stove over because this was right above it, so we couldn't have the hood, obviously. So we had to shift everything over a little bit. The fridge was gonna go here, but now there wasn't quite enough space. So this is a very wide doorway here. We're just gonna close this doorway off a little bit more so that the fridge will indeed fit right here. So the fridge will fit right there. And then the walls are up in the laundry room and in the bathroom. So the flooring is concrete S4 and there's like faux marble vinyl in here. And then again in the bathroom as well. So bathroom is all mostly, I think, is all ready to be installed. Just gotta put the sink, the toilet, and the shower in. So that's, things are coming along. I think that might be all we got time for. I gotta get back to Moose. We do still need to mud and tape the seams and mud all the screws up here in the drywall and the ceiling in the kitchen. Maybe we have time for that today, maybe not. Maybe we'll have to do that next time. But that's the update. It's coming along really nicely. Again, every time I come here, I get more excited. It's starting to look more and more like a home.